Who are we talking to?
Ourselves.
Welcome back to the Mc&Marren podcast. Today we are talking about
Avengers Doomsday.
More specifically, what we're hoping for, what we're theorizing, what we're really hoping not to see. Kind of our predictions, because here we are at the end of May. The movie's coming out in December.
Yep.
And we still don't have a full trailer.
We've had a couple of teaser trailers. The first one was Steve Rogers holding his newborn baby. Spoilers, by the way.
I'm sorry, but the fact that you had to specify Steve Rogers, is there another Steve?
There could be another Steve.
I mean...
The first trailer, seeing Steve Rogers holding his newborn baby, then saying that Steve will return. The second one is Thor praying to the Allfathers, asking them to watch over him so that he can return to his new daughter, Love, from Thor Love and Thunder. The third trailer is we see Shuri from the events of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, who is now holding the Black Panther mantle.
King M'Baku.
Yep. Meeting with Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four from Fantastic Four First Steps.
There's a crossover no one saw coming.
While being watched by Namor the Submariner and his people. And then the final trailer that we've seen so far is we see Sir Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen once again reprising their roles as Magneto and Professor X in the ruins of Xavier Mansion, talking about death. And then a final shot of the trailer is the original Cyclops from the first X-Men movies firing his fully I-beams at a Sentinel.
So, what do we know about Doomsday so far?
Well, they know so far the biggest thing of news is that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be returning to the MCU, but this time as Dr. Doom himself, Victor Von Doom.
And now, don't get me wrong, I have thoroughly enjoyed RDJ in the Marvel Universe. I mean, we all love him as Tony. He is the Iron Man.
Yes.
And
Stan himself said it.
Yeah, Stan Lee said it. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it's true. It is fact.
Yep.
Okay? But we know we are dealing with multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
We know we are dealing with multi-timelines, multi-universes, multi-craziness.
Yep.
And I'm wondering, do we think it was right to bring back RDJ as Doom?
Well, I mean, in Marvel Comics, there was actually a storyline where Dr. Doom took up the mantle of Iron Man for a while.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. So, for those of you that don't really follow comic book news, but Marvel released a sequel to Marvel Civil War called Marvel Civil War 2. Obviously did not really work that hard on the title. But essentially, after Civil War 2, Tony Stark is severely injured and is in a coma. And at the end of it, Dr. Doom's face is restored. Long story very short, Victor Von Doom keeps the suit on all the time because his face is fully scarred and therefore destroyed his perfect face, so now no one actually knows what his face looks like.
You're so vain.
Exactly.
You probably think the show is about you.
But because his face is restored, and in an act of retribution, he takes up the role of Iron Man while Tony's in a coma.
Okay.
Kyra, for some reason, it's making me think of when Doc Ock took over Spider-Man's body.
Mm-hmm.
It became the superior Spider-Man.
I remember for years people were talking about how Cillian Murphy would make a great Victor Von Doom, and so
I also heard Henry Cavill was also possibly cast as Victor Von Doom.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
No.
He's too nice.
He's too nice. Also, he is currently busy, and I would rather he work on his current project and not mess it up, because if he messes it up, I am going to have to be mad at him, and I don't want to have to be mad at him.
So
His current project is?
His current project he is working on is the remake of Highlander. He is revising the role of Connor McLeod. Highlander originally came out in the 1980s. It is one of my favorite movies. Queen did the original soundtrack. It's amazing. When I heard that they were remaking Highlander, I said no. No. There can be only one. That's the tagline in the movie. Then they announced Henry Cavill as the leading man, and I said, okay, I can pay attention for a minute just to see how well you do. And then they started to announce some of the other cast members, and some yes, some no, and some I'm just like, I'm not quite so sure. But this episode is not about that. This episode is about Marvel, but best believe when that movie comes out, we're going to be doing a full panel by panel, side by side review of everything.
Now, going back to RDJ coming back as someone else.
Yes.
We do have an example of this brought up in the most recent Deadpool movie. Don't watch it if you have kids. But in the most recent Deadpool movie,
Chris Evans.
I was trying to think of which Chris is it.
Yep.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans returns to his role as
Johnny Storm.
From the first Fantastic Four.
The early 2000s Fantastic Four.
Yes.
With, Chris Evans and Jessica Alba.
Which, to be fair, while it's a time capsule of the early 2000s, the first one and the second one were, the first one.
The first one was infinitely better than the second one.
The first one was actually not that bad.
the first one and its sequel.
Yes.
The sequel, on the other hand, was really, really bad. Well, bad for multiple reasons, but the main reason was they made Galactus a cloud.
Yes, that was a problem. But here's the thing. We have seen attempts at Fantastic Four multiple times in the last 20 years. The first one with Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Yep.
The second one with Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm.
Fantastic.
I think I can speak for everyone when I say that Michael B. Jordan's home in the Marvel world was not Fantastic Four. He came home to Wakanda.
Yes.
He did much better as Killmonger than he did as Johnny Storm. And most recently, Johnny Storm has been played by Joseph Quinn, who, if you're a Stranger Things fan, you'll remember as Eddie Munson.
Mm-hmm.
And so, spoilers, Colin and I grew up with a dad who Fantastic Four was his favorite. They were his thing. And he always was so critical of the Fantastic Four movies, franchise, everything. And all he wanted in the world, all he wanted, one thing, you guys couldn't give it to him until recently, was a decent Galactus.
This Galactus trumped the first one. Now, I will say, as I finally watched the Fantastic Four First Steps, the story is a little lackluster, but the scenes with Galactus definitely make up for it. However, in the post-credit scene, spoilers, we get to see the first look of Doctor Doom. We see him talking to Franklin Richards, their young son.
Yes.
The Fantastic Four's young son, which in the comics is very significant because Franklin Richards is not only a mutant, he is the most powerful mutant on Earth.
Also in the comic books, it always just makes me laugh that the Fantastic Four's go-to babysitter is Agatha Harkness.
It was Agatha
all
all along.
Do you think she'll make an appearance?
Okay, so that leads me into the next question. So there have been, we've heard rumor and list of who's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So who can we look forward to, and who do we wish we knew was coming back? Because I fully believe they have Tom Holland locked in a basement somewhere.
I mean, Tom Holland and Spider-Man might appear in Avengers Doomsday because Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I am very excited for, does come out in July of this year, and then Avengers Doomsday comes out in December.
But Tom Holland is infamously known for spoiling things, so for all we know, he could be in the movie and they didn't even tell him.
Yes.
Because boy can't keep a secret.
So
They told me it was just parts for the Spider-Man movie.
I
I'm so confused.
that is probably like one of the best bits of trivia about Avengers Endgame was the fact that for Tony's funeral, spoiler alert, they told him it was a wedding.
whoops.
That is two very different ways of playing that.
Yeah. So for those, let's talk about those who are coming back that we've been confirmed. So obviously, like I mentioned earlier, we have Sir Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen reprising their roles as Charles Xavier and Magneto.
Great to see him. I'm confused on the timeline.
Yeah.
The X-Men movies infamously screw.
The
mess around with
timelines
the
are so
timeline.
confusing, but we're getting Stewart, not McAvoy,
McKellen.
and Justin and I were talking about this earlier today. There is a very strong possibility that not only is this going to be the last movie of the Marvel universe or of the Marvel storylines that feature the works of Stewart and McKellen, this might even be their last film as actors because they are getting up there in age.
Ian McKellen is 87. Patrick Stewart is 85.
Which I thought for sure Stewart was older, but you know what? He's bald.
He ages like fine wine.
Well, they both aged very amazingly, and that is the power of Earl Grey tea.
Yes.
But there is a very strong possibility that this will be the last time we see them. And I know that I did not handle Xavier's death well in Logan. I didn't handle that well.
Nope.
And I don't think I'm going to survive it if it happens again.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to think, like, because and I feel like a lot of people feel like this about, especially actors, like, for the Marvel actors, you know, we've seen them for years, we see them grow. We're getting to the point where, like, the older generation of actors are starting to go. They're starting to die. I personally think that, like, we should just take them all and put them in a, like, safe bubble. Because we're not ready to lose all of our great actors yet. We are not ready.
On that note, I think, given we know that we're dealing with time shenanigans, alternate timelines fusing together, what might happen is that the majority of the X-Men will come over to the quote-unquote main universe, and then
The sacred timeline.
yeah, and Xavier and Magneto will stay behind.
All right.
See, I don't really think that. I mean, it might happen, but to be honest, I don't think it'll happen because Kevin Feige has said that after Avengers Secret Wars, it's all going to be about the mutants.
Yeah.
And it seems like
We got to start building them up.
we got to start building them up somewhere, and we can't just always go back to, you know, the people that we've already seen as these characters. I mean, till you're 90.
There will be some references to the most recent Deadpool movie. Also, we know, it has been confirmed, that the Merc with a Mouth will be coming to Doomsday.
And
So-
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine as well.
But with that in mind, parents, please, 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 check the rating before you take your child to see this movie.
Yes.
You have been warned.
You have been warned. He is called the Merc with a Mouth for a reason.
All right. So
All right.
Some other cast members. Chris Hemsworth obviously has been confirmed to return as Thor.
Nothing better happened to that girl. Okay? Thor has suffered enough. He lost his father, he lost his mother, he's lost his brother multiple times.
Several times.
He lost his friends, he lost his sister, but granted, you know, we really just kind of, she needed to go anyway.
He lost his home.
He lost his home, he lost a lot of his people, he lost his girlfriend
Yep.
after just getting her back, and then he's gifted a child. who he gives a world-destroying weapon to. Questionable parent skills right there.
Hey, he got that from his father.
Questionable parent skills, but anyway.
But also the child is the embodiment of a universal entity called eternity.
Don't get me started on why we don't give universe-destroying weapons to small creatures with infinite rage. Anywho, that nothing better happened to that child. Also, for one, that the child is actually played by Chris Hemsworth's actual daughter. So, I don't think I don't want to see him go through that as an actor. I don't want him to have to act something happening terrible happening to his child. I don't want him to have to live through that, even if it's pretend. I mean, Oliver and George Phelps, the Weasley twins from the original Harry Potter series, they said their worst day ever filming was when Fred dies.
Yep.
That was the worst.
Yep.
I don't want Chris Hemsworth to have to go through that, and I want Thor to. I'm not saying he's got to have a happy ending, but I just want him to not have a miserable one.
I raise you. This is Marvel. And Spider-Man is a character in Marvel. And Spider-Man's whole thing is he suffers.
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay.
He might have some moments where things are looking great, but it's just to set up.
But let's be honest.
fall.
Part of the one of the best parts of Thor: Love and Thunder was after credit scene. Excuse me. What are those?
Those are pen flaps from Earth.
I don't think I like pen flaps.
Yes, you do. Yeah, that whole interaction.
I've never had them before in my life.
That whole interaction was really, really sweet.
There's so much potential for comedy there, and Thor has been through so much recently that I really want him to get back to the comedy. And especially after seeing his teaser trailer, I'm emotionally, I'm not there for that.
Let's really hope he has half an. Okay.
Also, you are assuming that the daughter's the one who's going to die.
You know what?
And on that
He will
note,
go if Thor dies, he will go to Valhalla and be reunited with everybody except Loki.
And his daughter will have to deal with acting the role of her father dying before her.
Well, most kids outlive their parents anyway.
the next cast member to be confirmed as Anthony Mackie as the rebranded Captain America. I saw Captain America: Brave New World. It was okay. I did not think that Red Hulk needed to be in there, even though I was happy to see him because I am a Red Hulk fan. I'm also happy to see Harrison Ford because unfortunately the original actor who played Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross did pass away. But overall, it was okay. Next one is Florence Pugh as the Elena.
Yes! Sorry.
I was very excited.
This is why we're Avengers with a Z.
Paul Rudd is returning as Ant-Man.
I also love Paul Rudd. But I'm gonna need something from Yelena here. If you haven't seen the most recent Thunderbolts movie, and why I say the most recent, there's only one Thunderbolts movie. Go watch it. Go take a minute. Go watch it now. I need to know what happened to the guinea pig, because she gets a guinea pig in the first 20 minutes of the film. It's actually great. She has an emotional connection with an animal, and we love it, and I love that for her, and I want her to have it as a pet. I just need to know where it is. Does she still have it? Is Bob keeping it for her?
Bob is Sentry, by the way.
Yeah, Bob is Sentry.
Has Bob been confirmed?
Yes,
Yes, and earlier this week, it was actually revealed. It was leaked by somebody. There will not be a Bob and Yelena romance storyline in Doomsday, and I can already hear people like me off the distance going,
Boo.
But there will be a moment where other people are flirting with Yelena, and Bob does not handle it well.
My guess is
Yay!
My guess is Johnny Storm.
Yeah, my guess is going to be Johnny Storm.
All right, so some other cast members. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm really sorry, but the dude who plays Shang-Chi is going to return.
Simu Liu. Simu Lee.
Simu Liu.
We're sorry,
Sure.
sir.
Sorry,
We keep butchering your name.
And as we mentioned earlier, Letitia Wright is returning as Shuri, aka Black Panther. And then your savior is here. Tom Hiddleston as Loki is going to come back.
And there was much rejoicing.
Now, I did hear a rumor.
Colin has questions.
I've heard several rumors about the supposed plot, but the one that if this is true, I am very excited. So, spoilers, at the end of season 2 of Loki, it is revealed that Loki has become the god of storytelling throughout the multiverse. There will be a scene where the main not a scene, but like the main conflict of Doomsday is Doctor Doom facing off against Loki for the fate of the multiverse.
Ooh. Now that raises a question. Who would win in a fight?
Well, Loki just needs to bring in Magneto from another universe, and then Magneto, could you kindly fold him in half?
Yeah, excuse me. Eric, Mr. Magneto, sir.
Love your work.
Love your need one favor.
But here's the thing, though. Doctor Doom has magic. His suit is made up of not only technology, but he so long story short, Victor Von Doom's backstory. He is from a family of Romani people. His father was a well-known surgeon, and his mother was a sorceress.
Okay.
So he is well-versed in both science and magic. His suit has 3 pieces of the original cross that Jesus died on to face off against Dracula.
Because you know why? Loki was raised by...
Was by witches, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's not going to be such an easy fight.
No, but it should be interesting. But yes, yay, Loki! I'm so excited.
We need a Loki and Thor reunion.
Yes.
No. We need a Loki and Thor reunion where he meets his new niece.
And then basically like,
How
long was I gone?
I wasn't gone that long.
And
it's
then,
hard to tell time.
M'Baku is obviously going to come back. And then from Brave New World, the new Falcon is also going to come back.
You skipped Sebastian Stan, didn't you?
I'm going to get to him when I talk about the Thunderbolts.
Ew.
But yes, Sebastian Stan as Bucky is going to come back as well. Pedro Pascal is going to return as Reed Richards. Almost the entire Fantastic Four from Fantastic Four First Steps are going to come back.
Yay!
However, this is going to be the most interesting. The Fox X-Men universe is coming back. We obviously brought up Magneto and Professor X. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We're also going to see Hank McCoy come back. I am excited because Beast is my favorite X-Man. And it's originally going to be played by Kelsey Grammer, who played him in X3.
Who did a fantastic job as older Beast.
That makeup was fantastic.
Don't get me wrong. Nicholas Hoult, I love you as young Beast, but Kelsey Grammer made that character.
James Marsden is going to reprise his role as Cyclops.
Yeah, we knew that.
Alan Cumming is going to come back as Nightcrawler.
The Amazing Nightcrawler!
The original Mystique is also going to come back.
Oh.
Okay.
And Channing Tatum is going to return as Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself. I don't think you walk away from this.
You just remember what happened here today.
So, for those of you who may not have seen Deadpool versus Wolverine, for whatever reason, there's a lot that happens, but the main thing you need to know is that Channing Tatum's Cajun accent is
really funny.
It's really funny. It is really unique. It's not technically wrong, though.
So a little bit of backstory, though. So Gambit is not a founding member of the X-Men, but he's one of the more popular X-Men characters. And when Fox was doing their X-Men movies, he was the character of Gambit was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And then after that film, he was supposed to have his own origin movie. But X-Men Origins Wolverine was so bad and did so bad, not only critically, but financially, it killed the X-Men Origins line. So Gambit never had a movie. And there's been talk about doing a Gambit movie for years, and it never happened and Channing Tatum was cast to play Gambit, and it never happened up until Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Also should be noted that Gambit is Channing Tatum's favorite
comic book character.
X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were all kids once, we all played at being superheroes once. when he played at being superheroes, he wanted to be Gambit.
Yeah. All right, and then last few cast members confirmed. David Harbour is going to come back as the Red Guardian. Wyatt Russell's going to return as U.S. Agent. Yay. Ghost is also going to come back, and Sentry's going to come back. And then finally, rounding out the cast is Namor, the Submariner. He's going to come back as well. So that's the entirety of confirmed cast list.
That's what we know. Now, who was not on that list, but we would like to see?
I can tell you what one Tori would like to come back.
Who would I like to come back?
Agatha Harkness.
Yes, I want Agatha. I want Agatha in everything. I want her snarkiness. I want her opinion. I want her everywhere.
So, spoilers for the series, Agatha all along. At the end of the series, Agatha sacrifices herself.
She's a ghost. Can you dig it?
And she is going to be the mentor for one of Wanda's kids, Billy, I think.
Yes.
And his whole he inherited his mother's magical abilities, and he is called wait, what's his superhero name? I can't remember. Anyway.
How'd you not ask me?
Wiccan.
Yes, young witch,
Wiccan. So, but Agatha's going to take him under his wing to teach him the ways of magic.
And the other day, I was listening to The Witch's Road from the Agatha All Along soundtrack, like one does. Or at least like I do. Mm-hmm. And it has the line, "If one be gone, we carry on, spirit as our guide."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready for Wiccan and Agatha to go on their journey. She is gone, but her spirit is going to be his guide.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. All laid out for you. I would like her. Yeah, I think. But if I had to pick somebody else other than Agatha, because...
Gotta pick someone else.
Agatha all along. I would go with... Barton. Clint Barton.
Hawkeye?
Yeah. Just because the later Avengers movies, he had such dad energy.
Or do you want him to come back because of Kate Bishop?
That too. But okay, I want him and Kate Bishop, but kind of like a dad drops his daughter off at summer camp kind of thing, where he's like, they call in the Avengers, and he has Kate Bishop with him, and he's like, yeah, she's doing it now. I'm retired.
All right. Colin, who would you like to see?
Okay.
Thank you, Freeze.
Freeze has been very vocal tonight.
Hulk. He's still alive, last I checked.
Yeah, but...
There has been a couple rumors that all 3 Hulks will come back.
So, Hulk. 2. I'm going to go on a tangent here for a second, because the mini trailer for Steve Rogers shows a young Steve. And it could be just, backstory of the years that he was catching up. Because last time I checked, he's an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
So this might not
Still
be...
young enough to kick your butt.
But I'm thinking the Steve Rogers who appears might not be the Steve Rogers from this world.
This timeline.
This timeline.
Or
He
this
might
universe.
be from another universe.
Yeah.
Following that, I'm wondering if Robert Downey Jr. might return as an alternate universe Iron Man. The thing is, Doctor Doom, 99% of the time, has his mask on.
Yes.
If you do that completely and you change up the voice a bit, no one's going to notice.
Mm-hmm.
But even if Robert Downey Jr. doesn't reprise his role as Tony Stark, and assuming Spider-Man does get into the movie, which he should, It's going to happen in New York. It always happens in New York, okay? There's no reason for him to be down the street and not getting involved.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, this stuff never happens in, like, Colorado.
Do they have Spider-Man in Colorado?
There are no.
Do they have aliens in Colorado? I don't know. Nothing ever happens there. They have Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is actually a character in the Marvel comics.
And welcome.
That's second character I would like to see. Alternate universe, Tony Stark.
Okay.
All right, now Justin.
And actually, I had a third.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One, but okay.
Moon Knight.
Oh yeah.
I actually really enjoyed the Moon Knight TV show, and I would like to see him show up again, especially if we're bringing in Doctor Doom. If we're going the magic route and his deal with Mephisto and all that. He makes a deal with Mephisto in the comics.
Okay.
But if we're bringing in magic, might as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Moon Knight, his whole thing is he's the embodiment of the Egyptian god Khonshu, so...
All three of them.
Yep. Anyway, for me, I think I would like to see... Oh, he is one character that I really want to see just because I think it will lead to some funny interactions with Thor, Hercules.
Oh, yeah.
Because, spoiler alert, at the end of Avengers, Thor Love and Thunder, Zeus declares Thor an enemy and sends his son, Hercules, to track him down. Hercules is played by Roy Kent.
He's played by Brett Goldstein.
He'll always be Roy Kent.
But he played Roy Kent in Ted Lasso.
So, but other than that, we have not heard from him since.
No.
No, I didn't say it.
We have not heard about Hercules since then.
When?
I would like for him to at least have one line with Thor. Because they're both gods. Or at least demigods.
Hercules, at the end of his life, did ascend to godhood. So...
But at this point, they're demigods.
All right.
I would also like to see... I know we just had it, and I know we're having another Spider-Man movie. I would love to see Tobey Maguire again as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now.
I just thought of someone else. This one is probably not going to, but it'd be weird and kind of funny. Venom. If we're bringing in the Fox character.
If we are, if we're going to go.
We might as well.
We might as well go full.
We need someone who's going to eat the bad guys, okay?
All right.
Thor's not going to do it.
All right.
So, Tori, go ahead.
Now, next question. With the characters we know, the ones we've talked about, the ones that we know are confirmed, what is something you would love to see? It could be like an actual really important plot point. It could be a funny moment that would just make it laugh. It could be a callback to a previous movie that only fans will get, and we'll all sit there like Steve Rogers going, I got that reference. Okay, what are we wanting to see? I will start.
Okay.
Like I said, I actually already mentioned one. I want the guinea pig. I want Yelena to have the pet guinea pig. I want it to be like a valid thing where she's like, this is my emotional support pet.
Okay.
And everybody just understands that guinea pig is like the most important thing in the room, because if you kill that guinea pig, she's gonna go feral and kill all of us.
Yes.
Don't do it. Justin.
There are a couple moments I would love to see. To be honest, I would, just because of the character's personality, I would love to have Deadpool just kind of breaking the fourth wall and narrating the whole thing like Emperor Kuzco and Emperor's New Groove. Just basically like, who is this guy again? Does anyone remember this guy?
This story's about me, winner, loser.
That was actually prop up. So I would love to just have Deadpool just narrating the whole thing.
I think having Deadpool more like a Mystery Science.
Mystery Science 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's just like sitting there off to the side the whole time.
Giving colorful commentary.
This is going to be an important tool later.
Yeah.
Start not with space or something happening in New York. Start with Deadpool going into a movie theater.
Yes.
Yeah. Movie time with Deadpool.
And then it starts, and someone's phone goes off. He just shoots them. And he doesn't say anything the rest of the movie.
Also, just kind of sidebar, because of Deadpool and Wolverine, they had story time with Deadpool at Disneyland. I think that should be a permanent attraction all the time because that was hilarious.
The videos that we saw on social media were great.
Now, the second one, though, Tori and I actually talked about this on the drive home. Now, this is probably just because I have a headcanon of this, but I want Magneto to approach Steve because Steve was the one who liberated Magneto from his concentration camp and basically tell him that I may hate almost all humans, but for you, I will make an exception because you saved me all those years ago. And then also, we were talking about this one where it's like, who, all the heroes come and it's like, who's supposed to be next? Gandalf? And then Ian McKellen just shows up.
Yeah, that one was, we have Steve and Bucky reunite and they're talking about how crazy it is with everything that's going on. And it's like, what's next? Gandalf and Sam being like, I got that, because remember, Bucky and Sam had that moment. But at that same moment, Ian McKellen's Magneto just walks in the room.
Like, hello.
It's like, in the words of Deadpool, that's just lazy writing.
All right.
Some ideas I would like to see. Backing off of that, I would say if they're from two different worlds, they kind of bond over their shared hatred of the Nazis.
Yes.
Yes.
It was like, oh, you had World War II in this timeline too. What happened here?
I punched Hitler in the face 47 times. Respect.
Yeah.
Floats drink over to him.
What happened in your timeline? I punched Hitler in the face 47 times. Have a drink. Or no, he wouldn't do that. He would look at Charles and go, I like him.
Respect. I'm on his team.
I don't think we need to have a big Magneto scene where he shows off his magnetic powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he had shown up at any point before, the Avengers would have been screwed.
Yes.
Because vibranium, that
That
Black Panther
ferromagnetic
suit, that's ferromagnetic. Crush.
Yep.
Iron Man suit, ferromagnetic. Crush.
On that same thing, I'm gonna need Magneto to have a look in Shuri's lab. Because she, mad scientist of Wakanda, she works mostly with vibranium. I think he would thoroughly enjoy that. I think he would be like a kid in a candy store.
It's like, this stuff is magnetic, and it does all this. I want one.
Yeah. Be like, has anybody,
and Charles does
has anybody seen Eric? He's playing over there.
Eric, you don't need to shut up. Charles, I'm talking to the brilliant lady.
Yes.
I'm talking to the beautiful Catwoman.
Yes.
Something that just occurred to me while you were talking to is someone who is missing from that. Doctor Strange was not in that list.
No, he's not.
Well, I guess he's not showing up to the party.
Well, I mean, he already had his multiverse shenanigans. To be perfectly honest, they were kind of lackluster.
It didn't go well.
No. And also, bring back Wanda Maximoff. Please. We need to have her say, no more mutants. Tori, is there any other moments you want to see? Or anyone else?
I want Bob to accidentally shadow someone.
Yeah.
Just getting a little too angry and shouting something like, what just happened?
What I really want is, I know that this movie it's the next big come together movie, which means we're gonna have emotionally dark moments. We're gonna have moments where we go, oh my goodness, this is awesome, and moments where we go, oh my goodness, this is terrible, and moments where we go, this is the plan. But I really want there to be a good amount of humor and joy and comedy, because even the last time we went like dark, crazy, giant collection of character movie, i.e.
Infinity War.
Yeah. We still got wonderful lines like, Earth is closed today.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not saying it has to be like a nonstop laugh thrill like Thor Ragnarok. Okay? But, some good, like, just, once again, have a moment where, it like references back to something that they talked about in a previous Avengers movie, and everybody in the audience can go, thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. You know what? Someone's got to play Galactica.
Yeah.
Galaga.
Yeah, someone's got to play Galaga. You know what? I'm giving it Johnny Storm off to the side playing Galaga. Mm-hmm. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Yep. But
that's what I need.
But you did mention though, we are going to probably see a lot of dark moments.
Yes.
We are going to see characters like we mentioned this at the beginning. Characters that we know and love, we might see them die on screen, or we might see alternate versions of them dying on screen, or we might never see them again after this movie. So I guess the ultimate question is, what don't we want to see in Avengers Doomsday?
I do not want to see Thor lose anything else.
You don't want to see him lose his daughter?
I don't want to see that. I also... Now this goes back to something I do want to see. Sorry. I do want to have a moment where it's Steve, Falcon, Walker, and Bucky all kind of just standing around chatting. Mm-hmm. And it'd be like, who's in charge? Let me explain who's going to be in charge here, kid.
Or like, John Walker tries to be like, I'm in charge, we're all doing this. And he's just like, we listen to him. And you see Bucky start nodding, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, Buck. And basically like, you were pointing to him, weren't you?
Yes, I want something like that. I don't want anything more bad for Thor. I feel like Thor has suffered enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Charles and Magneto. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see that. If that happens, I will be clocking out of the movie. The movie will end there. We're done. I will leave. Yeah. Thank you. No.
Something I don't want to see, but I know it's probably going to be the case, is that Loki no. Because Loki's the god of the multiverse. He can't die because the multiverse will break again. Okay. One, I don't want Loki to die again. It is his thing. But also, him coming back from death is also his thing. And if he dies this time, I feel like it would be permanent.
This time
we'll stick.
Second, I feel like this one would happen more. Loki and Thor meet again. And Thor dies. Loki has to take care of his daughter.
I feel like that is a terrible plan. A terrible decision, really.
I mean...
We've made a terrible decision.
Although, how awesome would it be to see love raised by Loki?
Remember, once again, I was talking about beings with infinite power, but itty-bitty rage impulse?
Oh, he won't teach her, weapons. He'll teach her magic.
That's worse.
You say worse, I say better.
I say there are not enough insurance brokers in the world.
I will say another I will say another thing from the a bit odd to me, because a lot of their TV shows they're bringing in some of their stuff there, but nothing on Ironheart at all.
That's because that bombed
No She-Hulk.
Bombed.
Yes, it did. The Marvels aren't coming back.
Bombed.
But all three of those were there. Okay, we're getting rid of we're phasing out the old Avengers. Here are the new Avengers, and they didn't really work out very well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those who are listening, once upon a time, the great Alan Cumming played the MC in a Broadway production of Cabaret. There's a song in Cabaret which his character sings, which can easily explain why certain characters get brought back and certain characters don't, and things that flopped are not being brought back. And that is simply, money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around.
Yep.
If you flop, we're not bringing you back for the big box office.
My point here is, if you want to keep, doing these types of movies, some people are going to have to eventually retire their characters permanently.
In the words of Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine, till you're 90.
So, you guys talked about Thor losing everything. I do not want Steve to lose everything.
He just got it.
It's like he just finally, after all this struggle, he finally got with Peggy, and they finally have a family.
And he watches Bucky die again.
And he loses it after just getting it. I think if that's going to be the case, Steve will never want a family again. And I think also, I'm not going to... If Charles Xavier and Magneto do die on screen, I am not going to be okay. But if they bring back Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, and somehow something happens to him, and if he dies, I'm going to be like Tori, basically like,
We're done. We're out.
We're done. Because that was my childhood Spider-Man. He is my childhood Spider-Man. If you kill him, I'd be like, I'm done. We're out. This movie stinks. I'm done.
You'll call work right after, be like, I need a few days of mourning.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, a lot of my coworkers thought I would need a day of mourning after Stan Lee passed away.
I mean,
and actually, on that note, I think that is one thing that is ultimately what's going to be really sad is that Stan is never going to see this. He's never going to see what all happened after Endgame. Which, I mean, to be fair, some of it's good that he didn't see it. But seeing, like, this, it's also going to be really sad that knowing that Stan would never see it.
Now, another, on a more positive note, something I would love to see, I just thought of from that, and the easiest way to get Deadpool into the movie without having him swearing all the time is him setting up missing posters with Stan Lee.
Ouch! Just ouch!
It's just like, have you seen this man? I think he's a mailman.
But he could be.
I think he's a mailman. He could be an astronaut.
No.
I'm not entirely sure.
Now, I know they kind of did this as a rumor, and they did show, like, the Race of the Watchers in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Actually, that brings up a good point. None of the Guardians of the Galaxy have been confirmed for this movie.
No, they have not.
Thor has.
Okay,
and Thor
but
has interacted with the Guardians, but the Guardians themselves, nope, they're busy elsewhere.
Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket, no one. no one has from the Guardians of the Galaxy have been confirmed in this movie.
Nope.
So that'll be interesting to see. But going back to what I was saying, though, I do think the ultimate kind of like nod to it would be like, so you know how like you see the Watcher in space, like his silhouette, and he like comes out during like the big changes in the Marvel cinematic in the Marvel universe. If they kind of did the Watcher silhouette, but it's Stan, or at least Jack Kirby, because he's also the one that created the Marvel universe with Stan, and he also actually created the Watcher. But anyway, all right. Does anybody else want to talk about Avengers Doomsday?
No, I think that pretty much brings us to the end.
So,
and we have spent almost an hour talking about Marvel for a movie that's not coming out for another 6 months. But it's okay. Because next month, in the month of June, will be Justice League June.
We're finally going to be talking about Marvel's rival, DC.
So Justin will be, he's our in-house DC guy. So he's going to be responsible for putting together all the what we're talking about. Colin and I are kind of just going to be going into it a little bit blind. Now don't get us wrong.
Not completely blind.
We've seen DC.
But I've read DC Comics ever since I was a kid. I
know who people are.
Batman is my ultimate favorite superhero. Superman is number 2. So, needless to say, I am going to be very excited for this. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do it, because there's been a lot of DC movies that have been made. Stay tuned to kind of figure out what the schedule is going to be like for that.
Yeah. This is, not only is it Justice League June, it's Justin Figure It Out June.
I will.
Yes.
I will do. Colin and I will do our best. But stay tuned for the first episode of Justice League June next week.
So, in the meantime,
Bye.
bye.